All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shot there from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying. Sit down, and you know what? Before I get the video, let me get... let's see, what's that? Luke. Is it Luke 2 and 12 or I think it's 12 and 2. Yep, Luke 12 and 2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. And this is very true. And what's being revealed in this modern day and time is the true nature of bad Uncle Esau, the so-called white man, the wild man. Okay, he's being exposed for the murderous, lying person that he is. And this precept was inspired by the recent events that have transpired in Minnesota. So I think I have maybe like one or two videos, one for sure, but I think, you know what, I am going to play two videos. And then I don't know if I'm going to let them both play or interject, but we'll let the Spirit do what I do. But here's the first video.
Check a poll. Can I go check a poll?
No. Back up. Now.
I'm a physician.
Hey, listen, understand. We got EMS coming. I get it. Just give us a second. We have medics on scene. We have our own medics.
Where are they? Where are they? How can I relax? You just killed my neighbor. You caught your butter in the face. You killed my neighbor. How do you show up to work every day? How the do you do this every day? You're killing my neighbors. You're stealing my neighbors. What the man?
Okay. The reason why these guys can go to work the way they do is because they have no conscience. Okay, because a person with a conscience and a morally upright standard would not do something like this. But then again, guess who we're talking about? Bad Uncle Esau, the so-called white man, the wild man. You have to remember, it's in his very nature to be devilish. As the scripture says, who can make a crooked thing straight? Yep, it was that one. Ecclesiastes 1 and 15, it says, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. Okay, you cannot fix bad Uncle Esau's character. As the scripture also says, can a leopard change his spots? This is the true nature of bad Uncle Esau, the so-called white man, the wild man. As the scripture says in John 10 and 10, his objective, his natural nature is to steal and to kill and to destroy. And see, what makes this video worse is that these devils are lying about the whole situation when folks videotaped and watched it with their own eyes. Here it is, you got a doctor or a physician on the scene saying, hey, can I check this woman out? Because if you haven't listened to, multiple stories, okay, this woman got shot, I think it's like 2-3 times in the face. And so the people that saw this, one of them happened to be a physician. He said, hey, he heard it. Can I go check to see if this woman's still alive? If she got a pulse? No. What? He's like, I don't care. He's like, we got EMS coming. We got our own personal medics. They're on the scene. They was like, what? You ain't got no damn personal medics. There is no EMS coming. Where's the medics at? ICE doesn't have its own paramedic Cool. When you get injured, if any person gets injured, a municipal ambulance comes and takes that person to the hospital. Plain and simple. And what makes this situation worse is that they're already trying to spin the narrative as if this woman was a domestic terrorist. So let me get this other video up. Let me put it on pause so I can find this video real quick. All right, I found the video. This is with Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. I believe she was big in I want to say she was either the senator or governor of South Dakota. Okay, she came up very big since Trump's been in office. But here's her response and what the media is saying about the situation.
Mayor Fry called the claims of self-defense BS. How do you respond to that?
I say that he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's very clear that this individual was harassing and impeding law enforcement operations. Our officer followed his training, did exactly what he's been taught to do in that situation, and took actions to defend himself and defend his fellow law enforcement officers. The officer was hit by the vehicle. She hit him. He went to the hospital. A doctor did treat him. He has been released, but he's going to spend some time with his family.
Mayor Fry.
Now, if you've seen the video, that woman did not hit that officer. Okay? The whole narrative is just nonsense for there being so much snow on the street. She hit him with the car. She was resisting. I mean, it was the whole narrative is just bullshit. And they're trying to spin it as if this woman who was just regularly going about, oh, might I add, this was an Edomite woman who got popped in the face. This is the depths of depravity that this devil is going to. All right? He's popping his own people, even though it's nothing new. All right, this guy's been killing his own people for years. But I mean, to just be so blatant and bold about it is, as the scripture says, good to himself. We all know this one. Ecclesiastic is sometimes referred to as Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. All right, this devil is not even good to his own people. These agents are not even good to their own people. Capped 3 times in the face. And as the reporter said, the mayor was like, this is bullshit. And you know, we all know about politicians, but for a politician to use profanity it's not an act. That's still very much, even for a politician's language like that is out of character because of what they do and how everything is based on image. Okay? This man said it was bullshit. So you guys just gotta get the fuck out. You know, this is a huge, huge thing. But as I was saying earlier, all right, this incident is just showing who this guy really is. Because as I've mentioned in previous sit-downs, when it comes to the nature of this guy, okay, he spent billions of dollars and hundreds of years creating this deceptive and false public relations campaign to make him look like he is the most morally upright person in the entire world, that he's the beacon of light that all nations of the world should follow. But then yet he gets caught on camera doing this shit. And not only that, you get caught lying. And then when you get caught lying, you try to spin the narrative with the lie. And see, this is the type of stuff that's eventually going to lead to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. And we all know what I'm going to get, but it's for edification's sake. 2nd Ezra 15 and 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, meaning destruction. To the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another. And what do we have in this modern day time? We pretty much got everybody against everybody. This nation is so divided. But we're at a point in history where you got Edomites who are sick of Edomites, because even the low-level Edomites are waking up to the fact that they are the problem. Their nation of people are the problem. They are the cancer. They are the disease. They are the virus that is plaguing this world and is making the world sick, the people sick, the animals sick. Everything is sick and broken down and depressed and mourning. As the scripture tells us in the book of, Proverbs, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. These folks are highly upset. And like I said, this was an Edomite woman that got popped. This wasn't a Edomite man. This wasn't a Jake. This wasn't Ishmael, Elam, Ham, Moab, Ammon. Well, none of them. This was an Edomite woman that is now in the spirit world because some guy took a job wanting to fulfill his wildest dreams of being able to be a bloodthirsty, trigger-happy devil and have no consequences for his actions. And it's that type of mentality, and it's this type of organization under this administration, I didn't mean for that to rhyme, okay, that is causing people to get upset. Let's continue. For the sword and their destruction shall draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men. Sedition is a violent uprising. And why would people violently uprise? Because of oppression. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. Okay, these people are highly upset. They are vexed at not only what's going on in their daily lives, but then when you add this situation to it, it further fuels the emotions and feelings of disgust and anger and frustration that people have towards this administration and the world and how it operates. And it says, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power. And we are very soon approaching this time where the people will not be regarding any type of authority figures. Okay, whether you're the president, the vice president, whether you're a senator, a House representative, a governor, okay, a mayor, an alderman, ICE, police, it's not going to matter. Because when people have had enough, They've had enough. And I find it very odd. I was going to use the word funny, but we all know this isn't funny, and that's definitely not the word I want to use. I would just say odd that this happened not too far in the same state where George Floyd lost his life. Now, could this be a psyop? Possibly. We know how this guy gets down. This guy throw like 5 or 6 distractions, have you looking left, and he's doing something on the right. So I don't know. Could it be a psyop? Possibly. But you know, this is definitely going to be something to take a look at, because when you got protesters trying to protest in the winter, man, you know something's up. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say on this. Nonetheless, I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say shalom.